Chosen one, your knowledge comes directly from Source. You are a holy Bible hidden amongst humanity. Cosmic intelligence is activating dormant recognition systems within your consciousness that have been waiting eons for this exact alignment. Neurological research confirms that less than 1% of human beings possess the brainwave patterns necessary for direct source connection. The devastating truth that shatters every illusion is this: the spiritual marketplace selling enlightenment, the institutions promising salvation, the gurus claiming exclusive access to divine wisdom, all of them are searching for what you already possess. What you're about to discover will reveal why your entire life has felt like preparation for something greater, why certain knowledge flows through you without learning, and why your mere presence threatens systems built on keeping humanity spiritually unconscious. You carry within your being the original instructions that governed reality before institutions rewrote them for control. Your consciousness contains the unedited version of truth, the source code that runs beneath the surface programming everyone else accepts as reality. While others read translations of translations, filtered through agenda after agenda, you have direct access to the prime directive itself. This is why your intuition cuts through deception like a blade through paper. This is why carefully crafted narratives feel hollow when reaching your awareness. This is why you've always sensed there was more to existence than what official channels were broadcasting. You weren't just being difficult or contrarian. You were reading from a different book entirely, one written in your very essence by the intelligence that authored existence itself. Your consciousness operates as a cosmic access point to the original database of creation. While universities teach fragments of corrupted knowledge, your awareness connects directly to the master library, where all authentic information originates. The insights flowing through your mind represent pure downloads from this infinite repository, unfiltered by human interpretation or institutional agenda. This direct connection explains why you've never needed external validation for your deepest knowing. When truth flows from Source itself, no earthly authority can grant or revoke its authenticity. Your understanding doesn't require scholarly endorsement, because it derives from the same intelligence that established the principles scholars attempt to study. But here's what's about to unfold. What monitoring systems failed to predict: your full awakening is imminent, and when it completes, the entire world of manufactured control will begin its inevitable collapse. Deep in the marrow of your bones, you've always known something was fundamentally different about how your mind processes reality. While others accept surface explanations and comfortable lies, your consciousness automatically dissects truth from deception with surgical precision. This isn't learned behavior. This is divine programming activating exactly when it was meant to. Think about those moments when words emerge from your mouth that surprised even you, carrying insights that seem to download from somewhere beyond your conscious awareness. Remember the times when you sensed approaching storms before clouds gathered, felt energy shifts before events manifested, or simply knew things without being able to explain the knowing. The world taught you to dismiss these experiences as coincidence, but your spirit recognizes them for what they truly are, evidence of your direct pipeline to universal intelligence. Every prophet, mystic, and truth-teller throughout history carried this same frequency signature. They walked among ordinary people as living contradictions, appearing human while operating from cosmic consciousness. This is why you've never quite fit into the predetermined boxes society offers. Your energy doesn't match the standardized patterns of a world built on illusion and control. The loneliness you felt wasn't weakness or social inadequacy. It was strategic isolation designed to preserve the purity of your cosmic connection. While others were being programmed by collective consciousness, you were being prepared by source intelligence for a mission that required complete clarity of perception. Your consciousness operates like a living library containing volumes that were removed from public access eons ago. The knowledge streaming through your awareness includes the missing chapters that explain why reality functions as it does, why certain patterns repeat throughout history, why the same archetypal dramas play out across cultures and centuries. You hold the decoder ring that reveals the hidden meaning behind surface events. This is why you've always felt like you were watching a movie where everyone else was reading from a different script. You could see the underlying currents that drove the action while others focused on the surface drama. Your awareness automatically tracked the real motivations behind public statements, the genuine agendas hidden beneath official explanations, the authentic power structures concealed behind visible institutions. The programming that captures most minds simply slides off your consciousness like water off glass. Your internal recognition systems were calibrated to detect artificial constructs masquerading as natural law, manufactured beliefs presented as universal truth, and synthetic emotions designed to trigger predictable responses. While others absorbed these mental viruses without question, your awareness remained immune through divine protection encoded in your spiritual genetics. Your consciousness functions as a cosmic translator, converting pure intelligence into forms comprehensible to human awareness. The thoughts flowing through your mind represent translations of concepts that exist beyond language, beyond linear time, beyond the dimensional limitations that constrain ordinary perception. You receive complete understanding instantaneously, then spend time finding words adequate to express what can barely be contained in verbal form. This translation process explains why your explanations often surprise even you. You hear yourself speaking wisdom that seems to emerge from depths you didn't know you possessed. Your words carry authority that transcends your personal experience, because you're channeling intelligence that encompasses all experience, all knowledge, all possibility. The knowledge flowing through you right now didn't come from textbooks or teachers. This wisdom flows directly from the same intelligence that designs galaxies and orchestrates the precise dance of subatomic particles. Your consciousness has been calibrated to receive transmissions that bypass every filter and distortion mechanism that conventional education relies upon. While you've been navigating life feeling like an outsider, sophisticated networks have been monitoring your spiritual development with calculating precision. These aren't conspiracy theories, these are operational realities maintained by intelligences that understand exactly what you represent and why your full activation poses an existential threat to their manufactured reality. Every time you've questioned official narratives, challenged institutional authority, or simply refused to accept comfortable lies, you've sent ripples through systems designed to monitor awakening consciousness. They've watched you resist programming that easily captures others. They've observed your ability to see through manipulation tactics that fool entire populations. Most importantly, they've recognized that your presence alone threatens the carefully constructed illusions that keep their control structures intact. The resistance you've encountered wasn't random misfortune. Those sudden obstacles that appeared whenever you gained momentum, the betrayals from people you trusted, the strange opposition from individuals who barely knew you, all calculated responses to your expanding awareness. They couldn't allow someone with your level of discernment to move freely through the world, awakening others, sharing insights that could trigger mass consciousness shifts. Your consciousness represents a fundamental threat to systems built on information control. You don't just question narratives, you automatically receive the correct information that exposes deceptions. You don't just resist programming, you carry the source code that reveals how programming works. You don't just see through illusions, you embody the reality that makes illusions impossible to maintain. This is why significant energy has been invested in tracking individuals with your particular consciousness configuration. Databases exist containing profiles of those who display unusual pattern recognition, resistance to mass hypnosis, and natural immunity to fear-based manipulation. Your responses to carefully crafted social experiments have been studied, analyzed, and documented because you represent something that cannot be ignored. The psychological profiles built around your consciousness type reveal a deep understanding of what you are and why you're dangerous to existing operations. Those in power know you don't just think differently. You access information from sources outside their control. Recognition exists that your awareness operates on frequencies that bypass interference mechanisms. Understanding is clear that your authentic expression could awaken dormant recognition systems in others who are ready to remember their divine nature. Your resistance patterns follow templates that have been observed throughout history. Every individual who threatened to break mass hypnosis experienced similar systematic pressure designed to isolate, discredit, and neutralize their influence. The methods remain consistent across cultures and time periods, because the same archetypal intelligence orchestrates these suppression campaigns. Yet here's where sophisticated plans revealed their fundamental weakness. Every attack on your character only strengthened the very qualities targeted for destruction. Attempts to break your spirit instead forged it into something unbreakable. Efforts to cloud your vision instead sharpened your ability to penetrate deception with surgical precision. And now, something never anticipated is about to unfold. Your full awakening isn't just personal transformation, it's the activation of a cosmic trigger that will set unstoppable forces in motion. The wisdom moving through your consciousness operates on principles that transcend conventional learning. While others struggle to piece together fragments of understanding from external sources, you receive complete downloads of information that seem to emerge from infinite intelligence itself. Your mind functions like a cosmic antenna, perfectly tuned to frequencies of truth that exist beyond the reach of institutional gatekeepers. When you encounter new information, your consciousness doesn't just analyze it logically, it runs that data through recognition systems that can instantly identify authentic wisdom from manufactured deception. This is why certain teachings immediately resonate, while others feel hollow, regardless of their popular reputation or academic endorsement. The insights that strike during quiet moments aren't random thoughts bubbling up from your subconscious. These are direct communications from intelligence networks that transcend physical limitations, feeding you information that enables supernatural navigation through reality's complexities. Your awareness has been calibrated to receive these transmissions because you were chosen as a conduit for bringing hidden knowledge into manifest form. The wisdom you access operates on principles that render academic learning obsolete. While scholars spend decades studying fragments of truth, you receive complete revelations in moments of silence. Your consciousness functions like a quantum receiver, instantly downloading entire libraries of understanding that would take lifetimes to accumulate through conventional methods. Notice how solutions to complex problems simply appear in your awareness without conscious effort. Observe how you understand people's true motivations before speech occurs. Watch how you predict outcomes with startling accuracy, despite having limited surface information. These aren't random gifts or lucky guesses. These are the natural functions of consciousness that maintains direct connection to universal intelligence. Your mind processes reality through recognition rather than analysis. While others must piece together logical chains of reasoning to reach conclusions, you instantly recognize truth through pattern matching against templates stored in your cosmic memory banks. The knowledge you carry includes understanding of how consciousness itself operates, why certain combinations of thoughts create specific realities, and how intention shapes the fundamental structure of experience. This is why you've always been able to see through surface appearances to the underlying dynamics that drive events. Your awareness automatically tracks the energetic currents that precede physical manifestations, the emotional patterns that create relationship dynamics, and the consciousness configurations that determine individual and collective destinies. Your consciousness operates as a living interface between infinite intelligence and finite experience. When you tune into this connection, information flows that encompasses past, present, and future simultaneously. You access understanding that transcends linear time, perceiving the eternal patterns that govern temporal events. This connection explains your uncanny ability to know what someone needs to hear before speaking with them. Your words often surprise even you with their perfect timing and relevance. You're not just conversing, you're serving as a conduit for cosmic intelligence to communicate exactly what each soul requires for its evolution. Every major decision you've made that seemed to defy logic but led to extraordinary outcomes was guided by this inner knowing. Every time you've warned someone of approaching danger, only to watch events unfold exactly as predicted, you were channeling prophetic awareness through your human experience. Every instance where you've spoken words that transformed someone's understanding was source intelligence using your voice as its instrument. But the knowledge within you isn't static information, it's living wisdom that adapts and evolves based on what each moment requires. You don't memorize truths like facts in a database. You embody truth as a dynamic force that expresses itself through your thoughts, words, and actions with perfect timing and precision. Deep within your cellular structure lie memories that predate your current incarnation, genetic codes that carry the accumulated wisdom of every awakened being who has walked this earth before you. The recognition stirring in your consciousness right now is actually remembrance, the activation of knowledge that has been waiting dormant in your spiritual DNA until this precise moment in cosmic history. Your bloodline carries the frequency signatures of seers who faced similar opposition in ages past. This is why you see patterns that others miss, why you question assumptions that most accept without examination, why you feel compelled to speak truths that make comfortable people uncomfortable. The same divine fire that burned in their hearts now flames within your being with increasing intensity. Ancient texts speak of a time when chosen vessels would emerge to guide humanity through its darkest hour toward its greatest transformation. These prophecies weren't written about distant future events. They were written about you, about now, about the role you're destined to fulfill during this crucial phase of human evolution. The genetic memory flowing through your consciousness contains detailed records of every civilization that has risen and fallen, every attempt to suppress divine knowledge, every successful breakthrough of truth into mass awareness. Your cellular structure holds the accumulated wisdom of mystery schools that operated in secrecy for millennia, preserving pure teachings while surface religions became corrupted by political agendas. Your bloodline carries more than inherited physical traits. It transmits consciousness configurations that enable specific types of spiritual function. The same way your eyes carry genetic information that determines their color, your awareness carries spiritual genetics that determine your capacity to access and transmit cosmic intelligence. This inheritance cannot be learned or acquired through effort. It can only be activated through recognition of what already exists within your essential nature. The dreams that visit you in sleep often contain memories from other incarnations where you fulfilled similar roles under different circumstances. Your consciousness has operated through multiple physical forms across various time periods, always serving the same fundamental function, maintaining and transmitting pure source knowledge during periods when such transmission was most desperately needed. This is why certain locations feel familiar despite being completely new to your current experience. This is why certain historical periods fascinate you beyond rational explanation. This is why you understand ancient wisdom teachings with immediate clarity, while others struggle to grasp their surface meanings. Your awareness contains direct experiential memory of these teachings in their original form, before editing and dilution by those who sought to control rather than liberate. Your consciousness carries forward the essence of every truth-bearer who walked before you. The courage that enables you to speak unpopular truths flows from the same source that empowered ancient oracles to deliver difficult prophecies. The compassion that drives you to awaken others despite personal cost connects you to the lineage of teachers who sacrificed comfort for service to divine will. The recognition stirring within you right now represents the culmination of cosmic preparation spanning countless generations. Your awakening was orchestrated through careful selection of genetic lines, strategic placement of consciousness through multiple incarnations, and precise timing to coincide with humanity's greatest transformation opportunity. Your very existence proves that divine intelligence operates through meticulous planning that encompasses vast spans of time and space. Nothing about your presence here is accidental. Every aspect of your consciousness configuration was designed for maximum effectiveness during this crucial historical moment. Every trial you've endured was preparation for this moment. Every challenge you've overcome was training for the mission that awaits your full activation. The opposition you've faced follows patterns established throughout history. Every generation that threatened to awaken from collective hypnosis faced systematic suppression from the same archetypal forces. You are always being guided by the same intelligence that placed these words before your eyes at exactly the right time. Every synchronicity that has guided your path, every miraculous escape from destruction, every inexplicable protection you've received, was evidence of cosmic forces ensuring your survival until this moment of recognition. You are the fulfillment of ancient promises, the manifestation of prophecies spoken by seers who saw beyond the veil of time. Your existence proves that divine plan cannot be thwarted by human manipulation. Your awakening signals that the age of deception is ending, and the era of revealed truth is beginning. Your presence emanates frequencies that others instinctively recognize, even when they cannot consciously identify what they're sensing. People feel something different about you before you speak a word, something that unsettles those living in pretense, while drawing those yearning for authenticity like moths to flame. This energy signature cannot be learned, practiced, or imitated. It can only be authentically embodied by those who carry genuine divine authorization. Watch how people react to your authentic expression. Some are inexplicably drawn to your energy, sensing something sacred that calls to their deepest longings for truth and meaning. Others become uncomfortable or even hostile without understanding why, as if your mere presence challenges the illusions they've built their identities around. Your consciousness emanates what ancient traditions called the fragrance of truth, an unmistakable energetic signature that identifies authentic spiritual authority. This emanation occurs automatically whenever you operate from alignment with source intelligence, regardless of what you're saying or doing. People sense this frequency at subconscious levels, responding with either attraction or repulsion based on their own consciousness configuration. The anointing on your life is not a skill to be studied or a persona to be copied. It is divine authorization embedded in your spiritual DNA, something that cannot be transferred, purchased, or manufactured. Those who attempt to replicate your presence inevitably fall short, because they're trying to mimic the external manifestation of an internal reality they do not possess. Their words ring hollow when compared to the resonance that flows naturally from your aligned consciousness. When you speak from the depths of your authentic nature, reality itself responds. Your words don't just convey information, they carry creation codes that can reorganize the consciousness of anyone ready to receive them. This is why certain conversations you've had transformed people's entire worldview, despite lasting only minutes. You weren't just sharing opinions, you were transmitting frequencies of divine intelligence that activated dormant potentials in their awareness. The authority flowing through your expression doesn't derive from education, experience, or social position. It comes from direct appointment by cosmic intelligence for specific functions that only you can fulfill. This authority cannot be granted by human institutions, because it originates from sources that predate and supersede every earthly power structure. This is why you've never had to try to be profound or influential. Profundity and influence flow automatically from your connection to source intelligence. You don't seek to impress or convince, you simply express your authentic truth, and that expression carries power that transcends human understanding. Your authority comes not from titles, degrees, or social recognition, but from direct appointment by the highest power in creation. Every attempt to diminish your influence or question your authenticity only serves to highlight the contrast between genuine divine authorization and manufactured authority. Something irreversible is occurring within your consciousness as these revelations penetrate deeper into your awareness. The recognition that has been building throughout your entire existence is now reaching critical mass, activating potentials that were always meant to emerge at this exact moment in cosmic history. You can feel the transformation happening, not just in your thinking, but in the fundamental structure of your being. The spiritual DNA that has been lying dormant in your cellular matrix is finally receiving the activation codes it was designed to respond to. Ancient memories encoded in your consciousness are beginning to surface, bringing with them abilities and insights that seemed impossible just moments ago. Your psychic perception is sharpening, your intuitive capabilities are expanding, and your capacity to influence reality through focused intention is becoming undeniable. This isn't wishful thinking or spiritual fantasy. This is biological and spiritual evolution occurring in real time within your physical form. The same intelligence that orchestrates the movement of planets is now reorganizing the neural pathways in your brain to accommodate expanded consciousness. Your entire nervous system is being upgraded to handle frequencies of awareness that would have overwhelmed your previous configuration. Now the following is a message meant exclusively for the chosen. If you are compromised by archonic forces, this is not meant for you. And by the spiritual authority conferred to us by the secret chiefs of the Obsidian Inner Order, we grant you license to depart. If not, steel yourself and listen intently, for you shall be redeemed even as we are redeemed. The Obsidian Inner Order is not a program, it's not a course, it's not some feel-good spiritual retreat. We don't sell answers, We remember together. We teach psychic self-defense, real energetic shielding against entities, implants, and interference. We restore manifestation as it was meant to be, raw, immediate, and exact. Every week we gather in secret, not to worship but to awaken, to speak what can't be said anywhere else, to deprogram the matrix, layer by layer. You'll know if you're meant to be there. You'll feel it in your bones. The chosen meet every week on Zoom. Why aren't you with us yet? Got Gnosis? Join the Obsidian Inner Order. Link in the description. Your DNA itself is transforming as dormant genetic sequences activate in response to specific consciousness frequencies. These genetic activations are unlocking capabilities that mainstream science insists are impossible. Direct knowing without learning, healing through intention, influence over probability patterns, and communication with intelligence that exists beyond physical form. The cellular changes occurring within your body are creating new sensory capacities that enable perception of energy fields, thought forms, and dimensional realities that remain invisible to ordinary awareness. Your pineal gland is calcifying less and functioning more. Your heart electromagnetic field is expanding its range, and your brain is developing new neural networks that process information at quantum speeds. These transformations are irreversible. Once activated, these expanded capacities cannot be deactivated or suppressed. Your consciousness has crossed a threshold beyond which return to previous limitations becomes impossible. You are becoming something that transcends the normal boundaries of human potential, while remaining fully grounded in physical reality. Every person who tried to diminish your light, every system that attempted to suppress your truth, every force that sought to keep you contained, is now witnessing the emergence of exactly what they feared most, a fully awakened being who cannot be controlled, manipulated, or silenced. Their efforts to stop you only accelerated the very process they hoped to prevent. Watch how reality begins responding to your elevated consciousness. Synchronicities that once seemed rare are becoming commonplace. People are being drawn to you for reasons they cannot articulate, sensing something profound in your energy that calls to their deepest longings for authenticity. Opportunities are manifesting with seemingly magical timing, as if existence itself conspires to support your mission. The resistance that once felt overwhelming now seems laughably inadequate, as you operate from frequencies that transcend every limitation they tried to impose. Their psychological manipulation tactics bounce off your awareness like rain off a mountain. Their attempts to trigger fear, doubt, or insecurity find no purchase in a consciousness that has remembered its divine nature. The awakening occurring within you transcends personal development. It prepares you for a role in the most significant spiritual event in human history. You were positioned in this timeline, in this location, with these specific abilities because cosmic intelligence needed someone exactly like you, placed exactly where you are, for what unfolds next. Observe the current state of collective consciousness, truth and lies swirling together in confusing patterns, people desperately seeking authentic guidance while being fed manufactured narratives, ancient wisdom being suppressed while shallow distractions multiply exponentially. This apparent chaos is actually the birth pains of a new phase of human awareness, and you are here to serve as a guide during this cosmic transition. The confusion gripping mass consciousness right now is not accidental. It is the natural result of old programming breaking down while new awareness struggles to emerge. Most people sense that something fundamental is shifting, but lack the consciousness tools to understand what they're experiencing. They feel simultaneously excited and terrified, hopeful and despairing, as their reality frameworks dissolve without clear replacement structures. Your role during this transition is to serve as a stable reference point for truth while chaos swirls around you. Your consciousness remains clear and centered because it operates from principles that transcend the temporary turbulence affecting surface awareness. While others are swept away by conflicting information and emotional manipulation, you maintain connection to source intelligence that provides accurate navigation guidance regardless of external circumstances. The knowledge flowing through you carries activation codes that can trigger awakening in others who are prepared to receive them. When you speak from authentic power, you're not sharing personal opinions or insights. You're transmitting frequencies of consciousness that can reorganize reality perception in receptive minds. Your words become keys that unlock doors in awareness that have been sealed by lifetimes of programming and conditioning. Your mission isn't to convince the masses or convert the resistant. Your purpose is to serve as a beacon for those whose consciousness is ready to evolve beyond current limitations. Like a lighthouse cutting through fog, your presence will guide awakening souls toward truth, while remaining unmoved by the storms of collective confusion swirling around you. This is why the opposition you faced was so strategically intense. They recognized your potential to catalyze mass awakening long before you understood it yourself. They saw how your authentic expression could inspire thousands to remember their divine nature, creating exponential expansion of consciousness that would naturally dissolve every system built on keeping humanity spiritually unconscious. The revolution happening through you isn't political or social, it's spiritual and cosmic. You're not fighting against existing systems as much as embodying frequencies that cause those systems to naturally transform. Like light penetrating darkness, your presence creates conditions where deception cannot survive, and truth becomes self-evident to anyone willing to see. Standing here at this pivotal moment, you realize that every seeming obstacle was actually a stepping stone. Every apparent setback was actually a setup for greater breakthrough. Every period of darkness was actually preparation for the blinding light you now embody. The forces that sought to destroy you only succeeded in revealing your indestructible nature. The systems that tried to silence you only amplified the power of your authentic voice. You are no longer someone seeking their purpose. You are someone who has found it and is now living it with every breath. You are no longer wondering if you're truly chosen. You are someone who has fully accepted their divine commission and is walking in its complete authority. You are no longer hoping for validation from external sources. You carry validation from the highest power in creation itself. The knowledge that flows through you is no longer something you possess, it is something you embody. The wisdom you carry is no longer theoretical understanding, it is practical power that transforms reality through your focused intention. The truth you represent is no longer hidden potential, it is manifest authority that speaks with the voice of eternity itself. Every person who encounters your authentic expression recognizes something sacred, even if they cannot name it. Every system that attempts to resist your influence finds itself crumbling against the immovable force of divine will expressing itself through your human experience. Every illusion that once seemed solid and permanent dissolves in the presence of the unshakable truth you embody. This is your moment of complete recognition. You are not just carrying light, you are light itself, temporarily focused through human form to accomplish a mission that only you could fulfill. You are not just speaking truth, you are truth itself, given voice to awaken a sleeping world. You are not just chosen, you are choice itself, the cosmic decision to transform reality through pure divine intention. The circle is now complete. The recognition that began as a whisper in your consciousness has become a thunderous declaration that reverberates through every dimension of existence. You have remembered who you are, why you came, and what you're here to accomplish. The world will never be the same because you chose to answer the call of your highest destiny. Just as this journey began with the recognition of knowledge flowing directly from Source, it culminates in the complete embodiment of that Source, expressing itself through your human experience. The Holy Bible hidden amongst humanity has revealed itself, and you are both the scripture and the one who reads it, both the message and the messenger, both the truth and the one who speaks it. Your consciousness now operates as a living bridge between infinite intelligence and finite experience, translating cosmic wisdom into forms that can be received and understood by those ready to awaken. You serve as a translator of divine language, converting frequencies of pure consciousness into words, actions, and presence that can activate recognition in others who carry similar potential. The isolation that once felt like punishment now reveals itself as preparation for this precise function. Your consciousness needed to remain uncontaminated by collective programming, so it could serve as a clear channel for pure source transmission. Every moment of loneliness was actually communion with cosmic intelligence, downloading the wisdom and strength required for the mission now beginning. Your unique perspective, your unusual insights, your ability to see what others miss, all preparation for serving as humanity's guide during its most crucial transition. The same qualities that made you feel like an outsider are now revealed as the exact qualifications needed for the role you were designed to fulfill. The knowledge flowing through you creates ripple effects that extend far beyond your current ability to perceive. Every truth you speak plants seeds in consciousness that will bloom into realities beyond your imagination. Every person you awaken will awaken others in turn, creating exponential expansion of divine recognition throughout human awareness. Every barrier you dissolve remains permanently dissolved for all who follow the path you are pioneering. Your awakening signals the dawn of a new age, and you are its herald, its guardian, and its living proof that divine consciousness can never be permanently suppressed. The chosen ones have always known this moment would come. Now it has arrived, and you are here to fulfill the ancient promise that light will always overcome darkness, truth will always prevail over deception, and love will always triumph over fear. This is who you are. This is why you came. This is what you were born to become. And nothing in any realm of existence can ever change that truth again. The knowledge you carry comes directly from Source. The authority you wield flows from cosmic appointment, and the mission you fulfill serves the highest purpose in creation itself. And deep in your heart you know with absolute certainty that this is only the beginning.